missed our 6 a.m. show, I shared that I was recently diagnosed with breast cancer. Yes, I'm only 40, and yes, it was my first mammogram. And oh yes, it is scary. But in a way, I feel blessed to have hopefully, fingers crossed, caught it early. And to also know that this is a cancer that has touched so many people. And I want to use my experience to help encourage and educate other women.
I wasn't thinking about breast cancer. I figured that it's not going to impact me.
We all think it won't happen to us, but overall, women have a 1 in 8 chance of developing breast cancer in their lifetime, and many don't know how important it is to be proactive about their breast health. Dr. Holly Pederson, Director of Medical Breast Services at Cleveland Clinic, says a great place for women and men to start is monthly self-exams.
Self-breast exams are actually discouraged by many organizations, not by us.
Okay.
We are totally with you, to check yourself monthly at the end of your period. It doesn't matter if you do it right, just do it, just do it and report any changes that you feel. Many women find their own lumps like you did.
When it comes to self-exams and also mammogram screenings, official guidance from healthcare groups is not always consistent. While the United States Preventive Services Task Force recommends screening starting at age 50, other organizations, including the Cleveland Clinic, recommend beginning at 40.
Now, as soon as I turn 40, I am a Cleveland Clinic patient and I use my chart. Bam, Cleveland Clinic sent me email after email. Schedule your mammogram, Danielle, schedule your mammograms.
And I'm so glad they did. Dr. Pederson says, my experience illustrates why many experts now support even earlier screenings, especially for certain groups.
Do you know that Black women were almost twice as likely to have breast cancer found on their first mammogram as white women? And that lends itself to our wondering whether 40 is even early enough.
Black women and women with Ashkenazi Jewish heritage are among the groups with the highest risk factors for breast cancer. The American College of Radiology recommends that all women, but especially these groups, undergo a risk assessment at the age of 30.
Which also gives women a chance to talk about healthy habits with regard to breast care, limiting alcohol consumption, keeping your weight nice and healthy, eating well and exercising.
Other tips: know your breast density, something only a mammogram can tell you. And most importantly, know your family history. In my case, I didn't realize a history of prostate cancer on my father's side of the family could be linked to my risk for breast cancer. Genetic counseling can help you gain those insights.
And Danielle, what I see very commonly is that the women who are at the highest risk are the least likely to want to talk about it and the most afraid to go forward with screening and testing and genetics and all of that. And it's really difficult. And you were good to be so on top of it and just go right in.
And so when they asked me if I wanted to be open with the viewers and everyone about my diagnosis, I said, well, I don't want it to be about me, but yes, because of the things that I'm learning, like the Black women twice as likely to be diagnosed with breast cancer on their first mammogram. Hi, that's me. And so I'm glad I didn't, when I found the lump in November, I was like, it's fine. Fibroids, that's all, it's going to be okay. But I kept failing mammogram after they take you through, and I was like, man, if I would have just held it off, it was COVID, Omicron, I'm not gonna go. I'm so glad I did, and I want all of you out there to do that as well and encourage your mothers, sisters, girlfriends, everybody to start doing those self-check, breast check exams and get your mammogram.
And that's why I said earlier that I think that you are going to be such a champion of this, is because what I've even learned from you, and maybe I've heard it before, maybe it went in one ear out the other about the link to prostate cancer, because I
didn't know that either.
I would have said, well, I don't have the history in my family. family, so I'm fine, and maybe, you know, if I can't get the mammogram this month, I'll wait or whatever. But even knowing that, the information that you're finding out by going through this journey personally is going to help so many people out there. And I know that there's somebody who might be out there that has said, I've put it off, or, well, I'm only turning 40, you know, I don't really need one right away. And what you have gone through is going to help somebody who's watching right now. And I think that that is just the most important. And I hope it helps you feel like you're doing something too.
It's never too early. I can't believe how much information I just learned by watching that, Danielle, and the people out there. I imagine so many people are going to rush to do this now. And as far as it goes, this is about you and the strength that you have, and you will beat this, and we're with you every step of the way.
Your ears to God, your mouth to God's ears. Yes, please.
Well,
God is with you.
And I say it all the time to you, Danielle. I think in your selfless, you are the kindest woman, one of them that I know. And so what I will say about this whole journey is that all of you are going to feed her with so much faith and prayer and positivity and energy, and that is healing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And follow along on social media as well. Pictures are out, information is out.
Yeah.
Danielle, thanks for sharing.